Hello YouTube and welcome to the first ever episode of a series that I like to call Roblox Racing. It's where we go and we find the most absurd racing games inside the game Roblox. A lot of these games are actually pretty well done, and it's surprising how much detail they put into things. Others, they put detail into some things and into others. But today, we will be taking a step into IndyCar on Roblox. That's right. I've talked about IndyCar games inside the past. I've played IndyCar games inside the past. The most recently, not really official IndyCar game, but the most recently I've played IndyCars were on Project Cars 2, which is still broken. So I have to find a way to entertain myself somehow. And here we are here. The sad part about this is that I already played it before, so you're gonna get my second reactions, but you're gonna be blown away. What are these cars? They look somewhat like you combine a DW12, the first versions that came out, with IR5, and I kind of like it a lot. I like the look of these cars. They look pretty good with the wing, no rear wheel pods. It's like what the DW12 should have looked like. And we're in. So the controls are pretty simple. Oh my goodness, I forgot how loud this thing is. So I think Q is reverse. Yeah, Q is to go down a gear, E is to go up a gear. I've learned all the controls ahead of time. That's a good thing. I don't get the first time reactions, but I do know all the controls, so that's going to be a up. And okay, the mouse stroll in a little bit. Okay, that's the perfect view. Okay, I'm gonna back it up and reverse. We don't want to go down pit lane. And we're off. Second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth. And you can't really take the corner going this fast. You could take it in fifth. But with this car, I'm assuming that this car has 1,000 horsepower, which IndyCar should have. But this car, I don't know if the SPS on the side there is kilometers or if that's miles per hour, but I'm guessing it's miles per hour because in 6th gear you go about 250 something and you can't make the corner. You have to kind of like dip it down either to 5 or to 4 just to get through. Okay, now let me dip it down to 4 again. You barely made it out the wall. 6th gear. Coming down the back stretch. We hit the wall. They could have down to 4. I think 4 was a little too low. We could run 5th gear through there and then notch it up to 6 again. And then clock it down to 5. And yeah, you could get through there with 5. So E and Q. E is the upshift, Q is the downshift. You can kind of bounce between those two controls. On the straightaways you go 6th gear, you get the fastest speed, then in the corner you kind of rotate it down to 5, and then you can make the corner, and then on the exit you notch it up to 6, get the extra horsepower. It's like the old kart days when they used to actually have the lift at Phoenix instead of just went full throttle down into the corner. This hopefully the racing is going to be like this at Phoenix inside 2018, with cars going a lot faster on the straights, slower in the corners, a little bit more downshifting needed. Make the racing a little bit better. I think this is all we could do here. We've learned how to get around the racetrack in a pretty easy fashion. It wasn't easy at first. It was hard knowing how to shift and whatnot, because at first I just notched it up into 6th gear thinking it's gonna turn every corner with pinpoint precision, but it's not. But it's surprisingly good for a game that only has, I think this game had about like 500 players in total, and it's made by probably like 1, maybe 2 persons. But this pretty in-depth IndyCar game. Now the second one we're gonna be moving into is one that blew my mind with how much detail they actually put into it. IndyCar World Championship at Daytona. And here we are. And here. Okay, we got everything sorted out. You go on this teleporter, and then we're in the garage. And amazingly, They already got the 2018 cars here, the 2018 Speedway Air Kit. Not exactly like it, but any person could tell that this is the 2018 Aero Kit. The only time we've seen Scott Dixon's car with just a number 9 on and just NTD data on the side was the 2018 test. So it's obvious that this is the car itself. I'm trying to figure out the controls because the first time around I didn't know the control. Okay, here we go. I have to back up a little bit and come out. See if we could zoom in a little bit more. And we're in the cockpit, boys. We're in the cockpit. We got an F1 steering wheel though. I could easily see this was from like a Mercedes or something. But press X. And we have 2 displays uniquely. For some oh my goodness, I got run over by my own car. Yeah. I don't know how to explain this. The car, it looks like we are having some gear. Okay, we're back inside of it. Press start. For some reason, the corners are very slow on this racetrack. Like, it's easy to see. I'm holding it full down. And this is as fast as I'm going. 7th gear, which the IndyCar does not have. The highest the IndyCar has is 6 gears. So, I don't know how accurate this is. We flip on the corner. This thing is locking so much downforce. Well, oh, number 1 is the flip. Oh, nope, not working. Does it work? Flip. I guess it was a flip the character. Okay, we're gonna have to go all the way back to the garage. After 5 minutes of walking across empty grass, we finally made it back to pit road. And what do we see? More cars, but not just any cars. It's the full Indy 500 grid. That's right, the full Indy 500 grid in detail. You have every single sponsor, probably not every single sponsor, but you got all the sponsors, all the cars, Sage Carum. We got Lord and Savior Buddy Lazare over here. We got all of the entries. You got Gabby Chavez, Jack Harvey, Pippaman, Connor Daly. We got the 2 ECR entries. Ed Carpenter, Spencer. No, that's not Spencer Pickett. That's J.R. Hildebrand. But we have every single car on the grid here. We even got Fernando Alonso. This is the entire 2017 grid right here for us to play. This is quite the level of oh my goodness, I just flipped the car. Well, that's Fernando Alonso's luck in a nutshell. Okay, we somehow got out of there. Okay, I was messing around for like a solid 5 minutes. I don't know whose car is this. The 25? Alvin and the Chipmunks? This must be a car I didn't know about, because this definitely didn't start the Indy 500. Beams. Why are we going so slow? Okay, this is not the speed that I wanted. Yeah, that's disappointing. I mean it's Roblox, right? It's a free to play game that 6-year-olds play, and it has Indy cars. It has the full Indy 500 grid. This one has a lot more detail to the cars than the first one, but the first one had a lot more physics. It had a lot more. Oh, we just flipped the carpet line. The first one we played had a lot better car physics than this one. But this one definitely paid attention to the details when it came to each and every driver. I must say, ooh, they even have the garages. I didn't even see that the first time. Definitely paid a lot more attention to the detail But if you would have to play one for an extended period of time or play one at all, I would recommend the first one. That's if you actually want to play IndyCar or any racing, whatever, on a dying Roblox game.